Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Coach Nick and Matt Rissman here. We are going to do a live reaction with you. We've not seen this before. This is from our friends Star Wars The Force Archives, and they have a video called Obi-Wan Tried to Reach Anakin Before He Fell. The AI Star Wars fan film rebellion is in full effect still, and here is this video. Let's give it a watch.
Like just turning in circles. He flies now.
He does fly now.
You mad? This is Clone Wars era. I like the action. We don't see that in a lot of these. That's a cool shot. Get him, Rex. We're bringing the wars back to Star Wars. That's cool. Uh-oh. Hello there. Obi-Wan just cast a frost nova.
Yeah.
Well, that was certainly one way to introduce yourself to the afternoon. I must say, Anakin, you do have a remarkable talent for turning what should be a straightforward engagement into something far more theatrical. I suspect the enemy is still trying to understand what just happened to them.
It wasn't theatrical. It was necessary. They were going to overrun the flank. If we hesitated, those men down there wouldn't be walking away right now.
I'm not criticizing the outcome, only observing the enthusiasm. There is a difference between winning a battle and enjoying it.
You think I enjoy this? Look at them, Master. They were built to die. The clones were born to fight, and we stand in the middle pretending we're somehow above it. Tell me honestly, does any of this feel like peacekeeping to you?
No, it does not. But the galaxy rarely presents us with choices that feel noble while we are making them. Often, we only recognize the purpose long after the cost has been paid.
It's pretty good.
That sounds like something we tell ourselves so we can sleep.
Ow.
The Jedi weren't meant to be generals. We were meant to prevent wars, not become instruments inside them. Sometimes I feel like we're fighting a machine that no one truly understands anymore.
War has a way of simplifying everything into survival. And survival rarely asks permission. But that does not mean we stop questioning. In fact, it may be the only thing that keeps us from becoming lost inside it.
I'm already losing pieces of myself, Master. Every battle takes something. A hesitation, a doubt, a part that used to believe there was always another way. And what scares me most is how much easier it gets.
Ease can be dangerous. Uncertainty isn't loss.
Is that what this is? Wisdom? Because it feels more like exhaustion. We fight. We win. We move to the next world. The faces change. The sand changes. But the feeling never does. Just noise. And silence afterward.
The silence afterward is where meaning lives. Not in the victory, not in the chaos, but in the moment when you decide what the battle has done to you, and whether you allow it to define you.
What if I don't know how to stop this from defining me? What if the anger is the only thing keeping them alive? You tell me to be mindful, but every time I let go, someone suffers.
Strength born from fear can feel effective. That's why it's dangerous. It brings results without asking what it's turning you into. The tragedy isn't that you feel this, it's that you think you must carry it alone.
The Order doesn't see what this war is doing to us, to me. They speak of balance, but out here, only survival is real.
The Order is imperfect, but the ideals still matter. Not because they're flawless, but because they remind us who we were before the war.
And what if those ideals ask too much? What if being what they expect means becoming someone I don't recognize?
It isn't about being wrong. It's about living them without losing yourself. You'll find the answer. You care enough to search for it.
I hope so. I'm tired of pretending certainty makes me strong. Sometimes I just want the war to stop, so I can remember who I was.
You fought well today, not because you're unstoppable, but because you refuse to stop protecting others. That is not what the war has taken from you.
I just hope it's enough.
It will be. As long as you remember, the battle isn't only fought out there, but within.
All right, so real quick, before we get into that video and react to it, our friend Star Wars Chronicles Animations is in the house, or Star Wars Chronicles. They do great work. We reviewed one of their Luke Skywalker videos in Ahsoka last week. They just dropped a brand new video 2 days ago, I believe, and I have not had a chance to watch it.
I've not
Your
seen it yet
video
either.
has actually been on the list. So we're going to leapfrog that one up next, Risman, if we could get that one at the ready. So you sit tight, Star Wars Chronicles, and we're going to do a reaction to that one. But right here, we just watched this from our friends, the Force Archives. So let's go negative, or let's go positives first, and then if we have any negatives. I saw some people in chat. I think that mostly everybody was happy with this one, and I'll kind of get us started, and y'all give me some thoughts too. One, there was a lot of action early on, and there was more action than what we typically see in these Star Wars fan films. Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some, and it was good action. I think that the dialogue, the conversation between Anakin and Obi-Wan was appropriate. It felt right. I thought it was well written. It was I could see them saying the things that they're saying. They're having a philosophical debate about their place in the galaxy and about what is right versus wrong. And Obi-Wan is kind of defending the Jedi way and their decisions, and Anakin's like, I don't know about this. That's really good foreshadowing right there for what is about to go down. I thought that was really well done, and that's pretty much the end of the video. The bulk of it was the conversation between the two. I thought visually it looked really good. Seeing Obi-Wan in his Clone Wars armor was awesome. Anakin looked like Anakin. The scene of him jumping out of the ship onto the battlefield was pretty awesome. And that's my thoughts just initially right there on the positives. Either one of you guys got anything to add there?
I agree with pretty much everything you just said. My favorite shot was the reflection in the clone trooper's visor.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought that looked really cool. The voices to me were off a little bit, but I thought the conversation was good.
Risman, were the voices off a little bit for you?
So a couple things. So I really like the visuals here. Again, there was a nitpicky, right, where he's kind of flying out of the, he's at the beginning where Anakin's jumping. He looked kind of like a weird skydive, kind of floating, kind of a thing. But I mean, just the visuals of not only the battle, but just when it was close up of their faces and you could see the sweat and the grime and all of that stuff made it feel quite real for me. Now, again, the voices, right? The voices I found on this one, not the best representation of Hayden and Ewan, but also if you juxtapose it on the other one we have on our list from Star Wars Tales Untold, which is a reflection. It's Anakin as Vader, but he's reflecting back to his Clone Wars days. So there's a lot of Obi-Wan and Anakin talking in that video. The voices are nearly perfect, right? Wow. So I saw some people in the chat say, well, they can't really do the voices and so on and so forth. We'll have evidence here in a second where the voices are almost perfect, right? But putting that to the side, I thought the dialogue was great. On your point, Coach, they were the things they were saying and reflecting on, or talking about, and in this case, they weren't reflecting; they were talking about it,
right?
In the context of, the Jedi being peacekeepers versus generals, and just the Clone Wars, and all of those things felt very consistent with what we've come to understand. Was the feelings, from what we've seen in the prequels and also filled in from some of the animation. So again, I thought the storytelling was good. I was just really taken out of it for the voices, and that's just me personally.
So that was my next question. Like, when you're watching one of these fan films, if something looks off compared to actual Lucasfilm productions, does that take you out of it? Like, if the Falcon has the square radar dish, or if the stormtroopers actually in a scene are wearing clone trooper helmets, or if a voice seems a little off or a lot off, a little off, I think I could deal with a lot better than a lot off. And I felt like the tone of the voices was a little off. Anakin, I thought, was better than Obi-Wan. I thought Obi-Wan, the pace of his voice was a little too slow on Obi-Wan's side. He was talking a little. He was talking at my speed.
You needed to pump it up to 1.5 or 1.75, like I watch your videos, right?
Yeah. If you guys watch us on YouTube, you could actually put it to 1.5 and have me and Nick speak at a normal rhythm.
I do it all the time. It's verified.